Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time we have a 2v2 Iron Man, and it is $200 per team, so the winning team will walk away with $200 profit, and the losing team will lose $200. Also, make sure to go ahead and check out the Coliseum Discord, the link down below at the very top of the description, if you want to play in any future Iron Mans or money matches yourself. And we have Hilm Charlie versus Evil Sharon 3. Also, if you want to check out Charlie's Charlie does coaching. If you want to go ahead and get coached by him, I will leave his Twitter down below in the description. Go ahead and DM him. He's on Luxury, world champion. But going ahead, and we are going to hop into the match now. Okay, we're going to see Evil Sharon win the rock, paper, scissors, shoot. And then they will decide to go ahead and go first. 45 versus 42. Opening hands, we have Gamma, Temple, Z Almond, Roxrose, Sangan. They have Ash, Imperm, Longyung, Nib, and Desire. So we see is SwordSoul versus the Punk Adventure deck. Activate Desires. Hopefully soon we'll start having more post-Pod Ironmans. Oh, literally right as I'm saying this, I remember I got sent one and I forgot to post it. Draw Moyi, draw Longyung. And then normal summon Moyi, effect reveal Longyung. Chainlink 2. We will go ahead. Okay, we're going to let that go. We're going to let that slide. Could go ahead and stop that, but then they get to make a Synchro 10. Synchro 10 goes kind of crazy right here. They're going to Longyung effect. In response, Chain Gamma. So now they get to make Synchro 8. If they wanted to, they could have Ash Blossomed that to still have gotten to the Synchro 10. And then, to be honest, they would have made Synchro 8. They would have got Moyi, draw Chainlink 2. They could Gamma that if they want to. That'd be fine. You get to burn them for 12 more by banishing Driver off your Longyung Synchro. It's like Longyung, just like the Longyung Synchro just does more interruptions than Ash does. Go ahead. We're going to search Blackout, draw Desires, set Pass. Also, I just want to throw this one out here. I played versus a Tri-Brigade player earlier today. This guy was doing plays that, like, I just couldn't, like, he was so big brain for me, I couldn't understand. Like, turn 1, he goes, like, normal summon kit, make Amirage, dump Nerval effect goes search, right? And then he special summons out Kuraz, and then he goes, Kuraz effect, banish to summon. Oh, no, he didn't even, like, play that turn, he didn't. He searched Fractal, and then he goes, no, I capped. He did do Kuraz. But he anti-spelled me, and then he had one other back row. I Cosmic the anti-spell. I have another Cosmic. I'm like, I'm not going to hit the back row. I don't even have, like, a way to do anything. So, like, what's the point of banishing the back row here? I pass. You know what the set was? It was Desires. He didn't Desires turn 1. And he was playing, like, with the bird cards, too. Or, like, game 1, he opened Fractal. This is no hate to him, by the way. It's just the gameplay was wild. It was Fractal, Desires, Bird Call. He goes like Fractal, dump Kit, dump Nerval, search Kuraz, Bird Call, search Sparrow, Desires, draw, and I'm just sitting there like, wow, that sucks, because I have one Veiler. And then he goes normal summon Kuraz, effect banish 2, I go Veiler. He goes, oh, okay, pass. Whoa. But they're going to draw Griffin here, and then go main phase. I felt like that just needed to be brought up. We're going to be activating the Temple effect, banish, chain Ash Blossom on it, and then activate the Griffin Rider, so special summon out, and then after that, we're going to normal summon out Sangan. Said good, they said think on that, they want to go ahead and activate Blackout, because like if they make Amirage can protect, so yeah, they're going to go ahead and pop those, and then Sangan effect to search, so Sangan. Yep, we'll now go ahead and search out an Ogre from the deck to the hand. Pass, draw Ash Blossom, go main phase, Desires, banish and draw. Alright, let's find out. They got a lot of banish cards here. They have 3 Ashina gone, 2 Taya gone, 2 Vashuda. Most people are cutting down the 2 Vashuda. Also, there's not a single Moyi in here, so there's still 2 Moyi in deck. So they're going to draw Moyi here. Emergence Ashina. Did they what? Did they not banish all 3 Ashina? Oh, I see what happened. Okay, I slid up too fast. Okay, fair enough. I thought they were all gone. They're going to special summon out Ashina. Now link that off, and then summon out Monk. Activate Ashina effect. Banish to go summon. That's going to bring out Adara. Link off into Monk. Adara effect. Banish. Grab back Ashina. Battle phase. Attack and attack. Okay. This isn't bad. This like keeps us an engine more. I'm assuming that we're not going to keep playing, and that they're just going to pass by the fact that they did that in main phase 2 like that. Maybe it was just like special Ashina, normal summon Ash, make Synchro, but it's like Synchro 10 there is much weaker when you know that they have Ogre. Could have also like gone Shaman, summon back out. I guess it like gets hit by another hand trap. They add Ogre. Maybe you think they already have a Veiler. Now, normal summon out Roxrose. Roxrose effect to go search. And then that's going to grab the Basil Rose Shoot. Battle phase. Beat over a Monk. It's a lot of damage. And then main phase 2. Set Basil. Pass. They draw Adara. And then special summon out Ashina. Normal summon out Ash Blossom. Synchro. Make Supreme. Adara effect. Banish to grab back the other Adara. Supreme effect to banish. They're going to admit defeat. Moving on into the next game now. We're going to go ahead and see Charlie go first. Opening hands, we have Gamma, Sangan, Veiler, right, Ash. They have Nib, Adara, Taya, Desires, and Longyung. So we're going to go main phase. Activate the right, special summon out token, bring out Fateful, normal out Sangan, make Amirage, Sangan Chainlink 1, Fateful Chainlink 2, never mind, okay, so go search, Fateful effect now to go search Griffin, discard Gamma, special summon out Griffin, Fateful, go search Draco back, okay, and special summon out Crusadia. On the summon of Crusadia, they're going to be activating the Nib. Then they're going to chain Griffin to that, obviously. So now I go for Hulk. Hulk effect summon. They're probably not feeling very confident here with this Hulk effect. Actually, you probably would, because like, why would they Nib there when they could Nib afterwards? So you probably are feeling confident. Summon Shooting Riser, Red Rose. So now they're going to dump Token Collector, bring out Roxrose. Roxrose effect, go grab Basil Rose Shoot, and like Token Collector is insane versus the opponent's deck, plus we're comboing, make Dagda, pass, to draw Ecclesia. So now we have Scythe Lock, Ash Blossom, Veiler, plus a Token Collector that stops half their deck, Ash Blossom on Desires, and they're going to scoop. So on res, yo, he said, yo, why are you drawing 2? So moving on to game 3 now, we're going to see SwordSoul decide to go first. Opening hands, we have Nib, Ash, Nib, Griffin, Red Rose. I'll take it. We got Nib, we got Ash, we can summon Griffin, so we can go like Griffin Chainlink 1, Nib Chainlink 2, tribute everything, summon Nib, Griffin resolves, summons out, draw for turn, normal summon Red Rose. They have Adara, Moe, Desires, Ecclesia, Vishuda. Thing is, they might be able to, might Vishuda bounce a Griffin. That could definitely happen. Banish 10 to get hit with Ash Blossom. They don't hit anything there. I mean, they hit one Taya, but they play another one, so like, we take those. And then normal summon out Moe, effect, reveal Adara, bring out the token, and then get rid of those, go for Grandmaster, Moe, Grandmaster, draw Taya, go search Longyung, summon out Longyung by discarding Adara, bring out token, then they said on summon, activate Griffin Chainlink 1, chain Nib. I was also thinking maybe there was like a different route for Evil Sharon. Wouldn't be as good tech. It'd play through hand traps better, right? Special summon Vishuda, normal summon Adara. That makes our Synchro 8. It's not that great though, is the problem. It's probably just not good enough. You gotta get not greedy, but you gotta do a play that's actually gonna like win. There's winning plays and there's not losing plays. We're gonna summon Nib, tribute their field, pass over tokens, so think on Nib. Sure. Now the one thing is though, is that you do have enough monsters for them to special summon Ecclesia, but they banished the Taya. It's coming up full circle. It's happening. Full circle. And like they drew the Taya off the Moe, otherwise they just play through this very easily. Vishuda, bounce Griffin now. Adara, grab back Vishuda. And then they're going to turn those into Lina. Pass turn. Draw Foxy Tune. Okay, pretty good. Foxy Tune effect. Get rid of itself. And then get rid of Nibs. Summon out Deer Note. Normal summon out Red Rose. Synchro those in the Papega Ruler. Papega Ruler. Deer Note. Red Rose. So it's just game. Bring out Foxy Tune. Bring out Rox Rose. Mill 5. We don't hit Basil. We're going to grab back Valor off of that. Rox Rose effect. Go grab Basil. We also hit Jet there. And a Dark. Guess we didn't really need a Dark anyways. We already had enough. But go for Psychic and Punisher. Jet effect. Summon out. And then Psychic and Punisher effect. Pay 1,000. And then they're going to banish. Attack for game. Also, this card says while your life points are less than or equal to the opponent's, it's unaffected. So even if they had Nib there, this would be unaffected. So at least they'd still have something. But we're going to see YuGiOh is up next. Hopping into that match, we're going to see Charlie versus YuGiOh. And then we're going to see Charlie win the rock, paper, scissors, shoots. Now we have a world champion versus a YCS champion. 45 versus 40. And then we're going to see Charlie go first. Opening hands, we have Rox Rose, Deer Note, Token Collector, Driver, E-Telly. Probably just main decks one Token Collector for a couple reasons. First of all, you can, Shooting Riser, get to it as a one of, and then you're in an IronMan. So if you're in an IronMan, you could, know that you're getting, I guess, the thing is if you're going up first, so it's not like you're getting sent in versus SwordSoul. Okay, I guess it's fair enough. You expect more SwordSoul, and there was SwordSoul. They have Area 0, Double Mine, Valor, Offering. Activate E-Telly. So E-Telly goes summon out. It's going to bring out the Xiamen. And then Xiamen effect, pay 600. They let this go. So go ahead and search out a Foxy Tune. And then Deer Note effect. I had a lot of weird remote duels today. I had a guy who just kept top decking E-Telly. I was like, alright, I'm going to play around every single card there is besides E-Telly. I was like, so I either get punished by this couple list of cards or I get punished by E-Telly. And I was like, alright, I'll play in the E-Telly. And then, he had it, and it just messed up both times. And it's it's so scary. So scary. Papega Ruler 1, Deer Note 2, it goes through, or wait, not Deer Note 2, Deer 3. Was it not just Xiamen Deer? It was. Okay, yeah. On Xiamen, I'm still thinking on the effect of Ruler. I was supposed to summon before I milled. Yeah, I was thinking because Deer targets. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna summon back Xiamen. You just almost always let this deck mill 5. Just they did hit the temple there, which is a bit unfortunate. Think on add back. Gonna grab back Sangan. It's they also have a normal summon though. So Sangan, Temple, those are both pretty good hits. Now they're gonna Temple effect, banish, go ahead, search out right. They're definitely gonna hold the Draco back in this matchup as they know what their opponent is playing. I'm assuming, as YuGiOh is a very known Sky Striker player. Again, YCS champion, Sky Striker. Plays Striker unrated all the time. He's played Striker in a lot of the Ironmans. Fateful effect to go search and discard. So grab the Griffin Rider, and then discard Token Collector, special summon out Griffin Rider, and then we can get the Fateful effect if we want to. We choose not to because we can chain block Hawk. Hawk Chainlink 1, Fateful Chainlink 2, Failure Chainlink 3, they let it go. So now they're going to go grab Draco back, and then they're going to normal summon out the Sangan, make the Amirage, Sangan effect, go search. Go ahead and grab out the Crusadia. And then special summon out Crusadia. Now Crusadia plus token and the Shooting Riser. Shooting Riser effect to go dump. And then that's going to go dump Snow. Now turn those into a Fleur because Shooting Riser becomes level 3. Papega Ruler, banish a Light and Dark, summon that out. And then turn those into Dagda. And then we will pass turn. They draw Offerings to the Doom. So standby phase. They will go ahead and not do anything. Mystic Mine, chain Fleur. Sure, anything on res, you have anything? Nope. So letting that go. And then they're going to activate the Mystic Mine there. Okay, set Offerings to the Doom. Now the thing is, this deck doesn't play main deck outs besides Draco back. And they have Offerings to the Doom to beat it. So what'll happen is they're going to Tribute Summon for Driver, which is why they held it turn 1. They discard the token collector over driver because driver's a normal monster, and they need to get to, you know, the thing is people always like have the Draco back, but they won't have the normal monster, and it takes them 10 turns to find a right anyways, and they just lose to the out that their opponent drew. So this is a good play. It's just, you know, offerings to the doom, like you just lose. They can't draw because offering, pass, now fateful effect. Unless if they do have an out. They have an out, they're crazy. I mean, it wouldn't be too surprising because it's Iron Man. Iron Man deck building is a little bit different than tournament deck building, like a YCS deck building. But they might have an out. They might just be doing this to also bluff an out. Would I go for a deck out? Maybe. Guess it depends like how quickly you draw enough to where you think that you can beat the opponent. So one thing bad about sitting under mine is like, you know, you don't really want to sit under the card for very long. But there's also times like this where, like, your opponent's deck is just known for only having one out, and if you stop it, then... Okay, we're just going to press fast forward. My hands can't handle that. Alright, eventually Charlie will deck out. I think they're just bluffing it. Who knows? Maybe they're not bluffing it, though, and they just auto-win here. Plays multiple illusion, multiple souls, no out. Okay, gets decked out. So going on to the next game now, we're gonna go ahead and see Charlie be going first again. Opening hands, we have Sangan, Fateful, Dracoback, Snow Veiler. They have Widow Anchor, Ray, Imperm, Terraforming Engage, and people will be like DB Grinder, and that's why Mystic like. Oh, I brought up the discussion in the Nats video where like. Because we saw Sky Striker, right? And they have Mystic Mine. Honestly, it's like almost the same exact list as this deck. And they have Mystic Mine. But like, imagine if I play Dragon Link, right? People will say Mystic Mine's toxic. Imagine I play Dragon Link, right? You hand trap me once. I end on a decent end board. Let's say I end on Savage Hot Red. Alright, that's not even close to what the deck can end on. That's 2 interruptions compared to like the 9 it does. Alright? But I have Warlords. GG. How do you beat it? How? You have to have backer removal plus Droplet or Dark Ruler. Handshake. GG's. Mystic Mine. You want to know how I beat it? Set up negates. Do they have what it takes to stop my negates, then activate Mystic Mine? Fair enough. If it was a good deck, like I don't want to say good deck, right? A combo deck. I always see control decks as not good, but if it's like a combo deck and that last card was E-Telly, probably getting hurt anyways, right? I don't know. I don't think Mystic Mine is that bad. I think, if anything, Terraforming is worse in the game than Mystic Mine. I know it's so based, but Terraforming, Rhoda, Setra, anything that's like a very generic card should not exist, because any field spell that comes out right now comes out at 5. Comes out at 5 because we have Terraforming, Set Rotation. I know, everyone's going to disagree. It's whatever. I have my own opinions. Activate Fateful effect to search and discard. We're going to add discard Temple effect, banish, go search, and it's going to go grab right. And then normal summon Sangan, make Amirage, Sangan effect, go ahead, search Crusadia. And then special summon out Crusadia, link those off, go in the Hulk effect, chain link 1, Imperm, chain link 2, and then pass turn to draw area 0. Set standby phase, set misclick. What do you mean, you in main 1? How long did it take? Entered standby phase, entered main phase. 4 seconds later, entered standby, misclick. They probably could have fought it if they wanted to. Yeah, you would want to, Widow Anchor the Hulk, though, in standby phase where it can't tag out. Set Terraforming, and then we have area 0 face up. They're going to Hulk effect, tag out to summon. That's going to summon TG. TG effect, pop the sets. That what they want to, area 0. They got to do more. Normal summon. Ray, area 0, chain link 1, Ray, chain link 2. Basic combo. Bring out Hayate, mill 3. Hits a Widow Anchor off of that. As long as you hit something off area 0, it's a good area 0, because the percentages on this card are not that great. Battle phase, attack directly. They said end of main phase, hold up. They're going to activate Effect Veiler on that. Okay, so it's because they're trying to prevent spells from being put in the graveyard, so that way Widow Anchors can't start stealing quicker. But the thing is you do get punished by them having something like Engage, right? Where Kagari can add back. And then Kagari effect, add back Engage. Or like, you know, Afterburners could also do it. Where you like Afterburners pop TG and then like you Kagari add it back and that's like a free add back. Actually, multi-roll, get rid of area 0, or even like multi-roll could punish there too because you're putting area 0 in graveyard, bringing out and out in deck. Because now you have Zeke set up if you want to. We're going to turn those into Lina. Activate Engage, go search Hornet Drones. It's getting pretty close to game. Bring out Veiler. I mean, it is game. That's the thing. Is like if they go for it, they just win. Hawk, summon out Veiler. And then we can turn those into Selene. Selene effect gain counters. Effect lose counters. Bring out the Veiler. And then just turn those into Access Code. Access Code effect, gain attack. And then we can activate Widow Anchor, Chain Hornet. We can also pop Fateful, yeah, because then we take this, bring out token, turn token into a link underneath this, battle phase attack for game. Could have summoned this in defense. Obviously didn't. Now we're going to see Hani is hosting. So hopping into the next one. Now we have Hani. Now we have two YCS champions playing against each other. So going ahead and hopping right in. The final and third match, we're going to see Yuchi win the rock, paper, scissors shoot, and they'll decide to go second, 52 versus 40. Opening hands, we have Nib, Called By, Griffin Rider, Foolish Temple. They have Ogre, Engage, Imperm, Prosperity, and Ray. Ogre's pretty good at hitting Fateful. They do have Called By, and they have Hard Open Griffin. But Ogre's still pretty good. They're just going to pass here. They're like, you know what? Can't tell what deck they're on quite yet. Called By main deck. I would assume it's not Dragon Link. I'd assume it is just another Brave Synchro deck. Pastoral Terraforming. Then they're going to go main phase, normal summon Ray, battle phase, attack with it. Oh, man, they got some confidence. I guess it's like if Ray gets stopped, you still have Engage. Yeah, that's fair. You just go for Hornet, and, like, you trade with one card in their hand. Okay, fair enough. Usually, if you don't have anything else, though, that is, like, the scariest play ever. We're going to Terraforming for Area 0. Area 0 on the Prosperity that we had just set. Look at the top 3. Miss off of that. Okay. Now we get the Prosperity look at 3 cards, if we want to. We're going to activate Engage. So Engage goes search, grab Widow Anchor. Okay, so maybe we're just trying to... It came back to 3. God, yes. Kagari add back. I mean, they have been drawing Engage a lot. That's why we hosted an Unlimited. Add back Engage and then activate Prosperity, go banish 3. Banish the Shiz there, a Charmer, and Hawk. Okay, so keeping Dark in the extra deck. Look at the top 3, maybe because they think it's Despia. A builded Despia with Temple in it. We've seen a lot of like 52 card going second builds, so maybe they're like, oh, they have a whole bunch of going second cards with right now. Go for Shiz, set 2, end phase, Shiz effect. We have follow up, Engage in hand is great follow up also. They're gonna grab multi-roll. And then Pest turn, they draw Gamma. Activate Foolish Burial, dump Abzerrouter. It is Dragon. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Go grab Tracer. I guess, like, turn 1, if they combo, they really do get hit hard by hand traps, because all they had is Foolish plus Griffin Right, so you just lose the one hand trap, so you don't want to commit when you just lose the one hand trap. That's fair. I'm going to say, otherwise, like, this can dump to Strudo, but, like, you think it through just a tiny bit more, and it's like, oh, makes sense. Right, bring out Token, bring out Fateful effect, in response, chain Ogre, chain Called By, so Fateful goes through. Go ahead, search Temple. But wait, we had Fateful for Temple because we had hard drawn Griffin. So then we can get rid of Nib. So we can combo through one hand trap because we'd have Right, Griffin, Temple, Foolish Destrudo target, Hawk with the Temple, into Strudos. Then we combo through a hand trap. And you can set up an end board to beat Mystic Mine. You just end on like the Seal Snow. Discard Gamma, Fateful, Special Summon out Temple, Fateful effect, go search Draco back. They're just going to equip it. And then Draco back effect, the bounce. Bounce Imperm. And then Special Summon out the Griffin Rider. Normal Summon out Tracer. Turn those into Hawk. Hawk effect, Chain Veiler, Chain Griffin. And then in response, Chain Widow Anchor on the Hawk. And then we're going to take it. So we're going to see Hani admit defeat. Moving on to the next game now. We're going to go ahead and see Dragon decide to go first. Opening hands. We have Temple, Quick Launch, Boot, Rock's Rose, Tracer. Now the thing is, going up against Dragon, it's a bit scary when you're a Sky Striker player if you win game 1. Because game 2, you don't know if they're going to make you go first or second. Personally, I assume that they're going to make me go first. But because of that, they might want to go first. Because like, oh, they're going to put in TC Boot. I don't want to play against that card. That's why I just do like more like turn neutral stuff like Demise of the Land, Metaverse. Hope I can hand trap them and then like get it. I don't know. I feel like I can always get to the point of game with this deck. Not always, but a lot of the time. Where like I crack most of their board and they start like trying to come back and I have like something to stop them. And then in that case, something to stop them could be like a Demise of the Land. Temple effect, Banish, go search right. So they have Veiler, Ogre, Rose, Mine, Offering. So they do have double hand trap, Mine, Offering, starter. Pretty good, right? Bring out Token and Fateful. Fateful effect, Chain Ogre, Normal Summon Tracer, make Pabega Ruler effect, Chain Veiler on that. Now they're thinking if they want to keep going or not. Because they do have Quick Launch. They're just going to pass turn, they draw Afterburners, go main phase. Normal Summon Rose. They were considering just Mystic Mining them there. Then they're going to make Hayate, Battle Phase, attack directly. Hayate effect to go dump Ray, Afterburner, pop a Beggar Ruler, make Kagari effect to add back a free card. It's so free. Every Kagari is just a free +1. Every Shiz is a free +1. That's why I like Ray trades with so much. Go for Shiz. Set Offerings to the Doom. End phase Shiz effect. And then we'll go search. Go ahead, and they're going to grab out Engage from the deck to the hand. You don't always grab Engage. So you can kind of tell they thought about it there. I want to see how long they actually thought about it for you. Declared Shiz at 41 seconds, added it about 30 seconds later. Yep. I mean, you just don't always add this card, especially when you don't have like that many spells in graveyard. Well, it's fair. It's pretty good. Draw DD Crow. Activate Boot. Boot effect, special summon back up from graveyard. So that summons Tracer in defense. Shout out Yuchi for saying defense. Normal summon out Rock's Rose. Rock's Rose effect to go search now. Grab out Basil Roshu. And then they will be turning those into dark. Dark effect, target Ray. They let that go through. Sometimes I play around this. I'll like normal summon Ray, Hayate send Ray. My buddy was actually playing a money match not long ago. You know, all I want to say is, I was like, yo, the correct play here is Hayate send Ray to play around dark. And he goes, no, let me go send the 5th random spell from my deck to graveyard for no reason. And he got punished. And I was like, all I want to say is like, weird. That's all. Then activate Basil, summon out Rock's Rose. It was actually the reason that he didn't play Striker for Nats. It's because of that match. It was just crazy. Because like the reason he didn't play the deck is like misplaying. Which means he wasn't really truly playing the deck. I don't know. Hulk effect goes summon. If you're watching right now, just know you're a bot. Turn those into Unicorn. Unicorn effect, target Offering, Chain Offering, target Unicorn. I bring up this interaction all the time with Offering and Widow Anchor versus Dragon. Is like, you always get to the point to where like they can end the game versus you. They'll always Unicorn target the set. And you always get to chain it, and you either take or you pop. And it always feels so good. We're going to out that, and then we can Rose effect summon itself out. Oh man, there's like Rose and Ray. They're going to negate the Ray. Oh no. Negate Ray. Smile. Activate quick launch. Quick launch goes summon. That'll summon out the Tracer. They haven't used Tracer effect this turn. They still have Ruler that they can summon out. So they're going to Tracer effect, pop boot, bring out Recharger. And then, oh, a little misclick there. It said, misclick. Yep. All I'm saying, bro, is like, how are you, like, if I'm Yuchi, I'm on them about this. I'm not even gonna lie, because the same thing happened, like, match 2, like, with less time, and they said, nah, you're in main phase. It's like, nah, you linked off Ray. I'm calling them on it for sure. If they want to, if they want to be bozos about it and call a judge, then, like, so be it. But I for sure would call judge there. Striker Dragon, they already went through boots. That's why they're not searching it. Striker Dragon, pop, summon back. But you can't blame Wally for saying misclick. I've been on this side before where you're like, you make like a misplay, and then you're like, oh, wait, okay, this was pretty quick. Misclick. And your whole VC's yelling at you, type misclick. And then you type misclick, and the other people are like, and you're like, nah, misclick, and they're like, okay. And it's like, cool, it worked. Like, I don't know, you're playing for money, like, you're going to take it somewhat seriously. But, I mean, now they can just Savage, put Pega Ruler, summon out, access code, game, or access code, effect, gang attack. I guess this is also game. Yeah, you don't need to, like, go for Savage or anything. But they just attack for game. And now moving on into the next game, we're going to go ahead and we are going to see Wally go first, opening hands. Actually, you would want to make the Savage, right, to play around an interruption on the access code. But we have Eradicator, right, Anti-Spell, Black Dragon, Quick Launch. After they're forced to go first, oh my gosh, like, what are you supposed to do as a striker player, They have Offering, Veiler, Ray, Imperm, DD Crow. This reminds me, I never went over my Nats, like, pairings and how everything went. This will be quick. Round 1, I played versus Branded Eldritch. I won 2-0. There's never a point in the game where I had felt like I was going to lose. Also, quick note on the opponent's deck. They were playing Branded Eldritch with 2 Golden Lord, but, like, a lot of Despia. Like, I thought it was just pure Despia until they went, like, end phase. Activate Walk Hero during my end phase. I was like, oh, okay. This is 10 times easier. I thought it was going to be Despia. I was like, oh, no. I feel like I'm behind. But I ended up winning. And then the second round, I played versus Eldritch Eldritch Brave. Game 1, I draw 4 hand traps, and like it just didn't go down very well. You're playing against Eldritch cards, and like you have all hand traps. Like, it goes very downhill very quick when it comes to card advantage. And then, I lost game 1. Game 2, I felt like I was going to win. I had Twin, Afterburners, Engage. I had a lot. And then they eradicated me for spells by using the Lord of Heavenly Prison. And remind you, this isn't like a branded build, by the way. So, like, Lord of Heavenly Prison, like, was their tribute for it. And they had it. They hard drew the Eradicator and the 11 Heavenly Prison. And they punishment added my link because I started with Rose, not Ray. So I was put on 0 cards. And then they had set right off the Lord before. And they also had hard drawn Scarlet, so I just died the next turn. So that's how round 2 went. And I was like, whoa. I was like, all right, fair enough. Go round 3, clear head. Go up against Despia, win game 1. Game 2, ended up losing to Harpies. Game 3, I'm going to just say it was Harpies I lost to. Game 3, but it was there. But yeah, and then I was just X2, and I was like, I could play it out, because I could top at X2. But then I, like, have to win out. And I was like, to be honest, like, I'm just going to, like, I'm going to do side events. I'm going to eat food and drink water. Like, that's, bro, Konami. Like, if I was able to drink food and eat water, I would have tried to play it out. I'm not going to lie. I would have tried to play it out. But without food and water, like, bro, how are you supposed to think straight without food or water? And this event, it wasn't like the other YCSs. So, like, the other events we had gone to before, you were able to just walk right in, You know, so you could just walk out, grab water, grab food, walk right back in, you know, in and out. This event, they had like the TSA kind of line check thing where you had to go through metal scanners, and it took 30 minutes every time. So if you were in the tournament, you couldn't leave the room, which means you couldn't drink food, eat water, or leave the room. And it was like, what? People were literally smuggling in water. People were paying other people to smuggle in water for $10 a bottle. Like what? Like, there's no way that's the world we live in. Oh, no. Konami, yo, boo. That's all I gotta say. It's like, y'all are making some real bad decisions. Bring out Token, bring out Faithful. It's like, I don't want to stop competing, but at the same time, it's like, I definitely like entering tournaments. Like, for sure. I'm not blaming the water and stuff for me losing. I probably wouldn't have topped anyways, right? Like, I would have needed to win 8 rounds in a row. But at the same time, it's like, I want to eat. I want food. You need food. Faithful to go search discard, grab Griffin, discard Black Dragon, special summon out Griffin, Fateful effect, go search Draco back. And then quick launch. We could have got rid of Draco back though off Fateful, no, and kept Black Dragon in hand since we have like anti-spell Eradicator. Like, we're not really losing the mind. But I guess maybe it's like if they just like hand trap us a bunch here, then like Eradicator doesn't do anything and anti-spell only does it for a turn. Summon out Vega Ruler, effect, chain Veiler. And then they're going to chain Griffin, chain Imperm on Ruler, and then set 3. Pass turn. They're flipping it. Draw Veiler. Flip anti-spell. In response, chain Offering on Ruler, chain Eradicator, call spell. They said rip. They have no spells in hand. And a lot of people, when I said like anti-spell doesn't hurt this deck very much, people were like, what do you mean your whole deck spells? I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't hurt like the opening hand as much as it hurts like my Kagari and my Shiz searches just don't mean as much as quick. It hurts more that than it does like the actual spells in my hand most of the time. Because a lot of them are just chainable or whatever. I mean, there's some that's not for sure. Like, this definitely can trade at least 1 or 2 cards sometimes, but trades with the engine kind of, which is nice. It's not a bad card versus Striker. I'm not saying that. It's just not as good as most people assume it is. Make Shiz, set Hornet, end phase, Shiz effect, go search, and then I will go ahead, grab Area 0, and pass turn, draw Griffin Rider. I don't know if they shuffled their deck. They're probably checking logs. I guess they did shuffle their deck. So they're going to go summon Griffin, enter battle phase. They said think of end of main. They're gonna switch token to attack. Okay. I was like, why is this not an attack? Like if we're doing this, but okay. Probably because they just went a little too quick. So now they're gonna Griffin attack. And they said think of end main. What? Okay. First, like now that's just cheating. Because if they're thinking at end of main phase, then it's not like you get to go back to like before end of main. Like if you click battle phase. And, like, you know, you're trying to attack, and then your opponent's like, think end of main. Then, like, you know, thinking in main. Then they're like, okay, cool. It's good to go to battle phase. And it's like, okay, now we're in battle phase. So that was, like, not good. Attack, ray effect, tag out, summon Kaina, target token, main phase 2, Draco back, bounce back Kaina. Pass, they don't draw because offering, activate Hornet drones, Griffin negate, can't draw offerings, I didn't. Yeah, say area 0. Pass, draw quick launch. It'd be really great if we had Faithful here. Draco back, bounce back, attack for 2,000, set quick launch, pass. Yeah, they have to reveal. And all cards are revealed till the end of the 3rd turn. Okay. I was just making sure, because I was pretty certain it said turn, but, like, if it says, like, 3rd draw, then, like, you know, that turn wouldn't have counted. Set area 0. Pass, draw quick launch. And then they're thinking here, because they do have quick launch set. They know there's Ogre in the opponent's hand. They're going to quick launch, bring out Tracer effect, pop Draco back. Could have activated Draco back to bounce back area 0 first if they wanted to. Thinking on Tracer effect, they're going to let that go. So pop, summon out from deck, bring out Rocket Synchron, Draco back effect to re-equip, chain DD Crow on it. And I also played in the DD Crow with that. Go for Striker Dragon effect to go search. And then they're thinking on this pretty hard. It's not going to do anything like this turn directly because of anti-spell. It's like, do you also want to stop it though? Because then they can like recharge her into Pepega Ruler, and like that's going to be tough. Okay, so they're going to Ogre it. Go search Boot. Maybe they're afraid of them doing something else with the Striker Dragon. Maybe use the effect to pop something else and add back something else. I don't know. I go for Savage. Savage effect to equip. Chain Veiler. Battle Phase. Attack for 3,000. We don't have any Lights Engraver, which is why we didn't summon out Ruler for game. Set cards. Pass turn. Draw a nib. They can't do anything. And that is going to be GG's. Run back. Polly will play. I got work. Okay. We're going to end up seeing the team of Charlie and Wally win there, winning $100 a person. Wow, that was a really long match actually, 67 minutes. But with all that being said, the DB Grinder signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.